Right, so I want to make a video today on teaching the London Independence Party about fascism because they don't seem to know. And this comes as a response to a comment which I left on one of their videos which they posted on their Facebook page, where it was just a man just labelling everyone as fascism. I get this quite a lot. People just mentioning that someone's fascist and never giving a definition and saying that it's right wing. It's not. Now, what fascism is when you control the means of production through regulation in something known as the corporate state, and you protect this corporate state with something known as economic nationalism. Now, economic nationalism is when the state tells the industries what they can import and export. Now, the closest thing to fascism today, and it actually falls directly under the definition of fascism, is the European Union. So, I just want to give some historical accounts or historical records of exactly what fascism is, because we have this modern definition of fascism which has been manipulated, stretched and contracted, pulled left, pulled right, and distorted more than the victims of the Piccustian bed. So I only care about the definition which was in the 30s and 40s because it's under that definition which the horrific acts were done, which made it a pejorative term in the first place. So let's go through that definition and actually show how the European Union falls under the definition from the 30s and 40s. So page 1, the first paragraph of The Coming Corporate State by Alexander Raven Thompson. People realise that fascism stands for the introduction of the corporate state. Many have a very hazy idea of what this is, how it is to be brought about, and in what manner it will function. So we know that fascism means the coming of the corporate state. So, and as it's the first paragraph on the first page of a book, we know it's the pith, it's the essence of fascism. So now the question is, what is the corporate state? So, the best definition of the corporate state, which I found through reading through the books which I've read, comes from page 16 of Fascist for the Millions by Oswald Mosley. By the corporate state, fascists mean an ordered system working on the principles of cooperation and under the guidance of experts. Today we contend the economic life of the country was unplanned, that it is opportunistic, that it lives from day to day and has no long-term policy. We intend to substitute a system in which government will not operate for any one class or section of the community, but for the whole, in which finance and the whole organisation of manufacture and distribution would be marshalled and coordinated to serve the end of the nation. Now, this is what I'm going through before, how it is a regulated state and how they use these regulations to guide the economy to go a certain way. So now I want to go through how they protect it through economic nationalism. So the best explanation which I can find that fascism uses economic nationalism to protect the corporate state comes from, yet again, Fascist for the Millions by Oswald Mosley, page 19. In the same way that the production of goods will be according to a schedule, so will import and export. It will be impossible to allow traders of Britain to import and to export goods as they desire, for such freedom would ruin the planned economy. Now I'm going to post a link below of a PowerPoint presentation of all my book notes on fascism, so you can look through them. But fascism is when the state controls the means of production through regulations and plans the economy through these regulations, and it calls this the corporate state. And then it protects this corporate state by telling the industries what it can import and what it can export, and they call that economic nationalism. Now, the European Union controls the means of production through regulations, and it tries to plan the economy through these regulations, and it does tell the industries what it can import and what it can export. So when you send me a gift of Donald Trump saying wrong, no, I'm not.